on beat now, it's pulling me in. Meet me at midnight, oh yeah. If you're ready to get down, bring your friends. Meet me at midnight, oh yeah. Down on your knees, you're begging, please, you want it. My love's like fire, it'll leave you burning. Down on your knees, you're begging, please, you want it. My love's so sweet, sweeter. If you think that you got it, hands up, put your money where your mouth is. If you think that you got it.
Hello friends, welcome back to episode 3 of my spring cleaning series here on my channel. I'm going room by room and getting the deepest clean done that I've probably ever had done in all 5 years of us living here. It was just so needed to clean baseboards, clean the walls, clean behind furniture, clean under furniture. So today's main focus is going to be in Kate's room right here, and then I'm going to finish out the video in Mark's and my room because it was in serious need of some deep cleaning. So I hope you guys feel super motivated watching this video, and I hope you leave feeling motivated and encouraged. Leave a comment and let me know you're here, and don't forget to give the video a thumbs up if you enjoy it, and let's do this. Considering that we always have a ton of laundry in our family, getting laundry started is always a really good place for me to start when I'm doing any type of deep clean. So I knew I wanted to wash Kate's Betty's bedding, which I will leave a link for this. It's always in my description box, I think, but this is by far our favorite bedding. We love it so much. This about gave me a miniature heart attack because these are the snakes that we put on our back porch to keep the birds away because we have had a bird poop issue, and my kids apparently love them now and love to have them in their rooms and love to sleep with them. I did not realize that, and so I was washing her bedding and my whole body shook. Like, you could not see it in the video, but it was a little bit too realistic looking for me, but I'm glad that it was not real. So I'm just getting laundry going, and actually there was a mountain of laundry that needed to be hung up and folded, and I wasn't quite fully feeling just being in the laundry room for a really long time. So I tried to get everything situated to where I knew that it wouldn't get wrinkled. So I just kind of laid it flat and then got back to work in Kate's room because I know I can always come back to laundry once my kids are sleeping, but I cannot work in their rooms when they're sleeping. So that was just my thought process there. So I left it and came back to it later.
Talk to me nice, talk to me honestly. Look in my eyes, don't let it fall on me. Say you're a good guy, make me believe it. Don't wanna hear it, I wanna see it. See how rewind, when we rewind, feels so nice. With time, you I know how to make me feel right. I can't help how this sweet talk. I'm already on my way. I'm pulling up, don't be late.
I've never done this before, but we have someone coming soon to clean our gutters, and he actually specializes in cleaning the outsides of windows, like on the exterior of your home. And so I'm getting him to do that too, which I'm really excited about. We just recently had the outside of our house soft washed, and I have wanted the windows to be cleaned because I've gone out and done them, but there's just something to be said for someone professional coming in and doing it the right way. So I will show y'all kind of the before and afters on that. I'll probably do some Insta stories or maybe take some before and after pictures or videos to show them in a video here too. And I just love that that's being done because it is part of my spring cleaning. Even though I'm not personally doing it, I can check it off my to-do list of stuff that I am really wanting to get done. And speaking of stuff that I've wanted to get done around the house, I wanted to ask you guys who own your homes, or I guess if you rent them too, But how often do you have your air ducts cleaned out? Everything I'm reading online has all kinds of mixed answers. Some people have said every year, some people have said every 5 years. I can tell you that we have been here for about that amount of time and we have never had it done. So we're going to also have that done soon too. I figure it can't hurt with having several kids and Mark with severe allergies in our family, and you know, it's not good to have dust and all kinds of stuff. There was one girl that I follow on Instagram who said she lived in a new construction home. She had been there for about 2 years and she had her air ducts cleaned out and they found Coke cans and newspapers and all kinds of craziness. So I know it will be worth it to have it done. Not only have I been on a baseboard cleaning kick, but I've also been cleaning all of the ceiling fans in our home, and surprisingly, they have not been that bad. I have not gotten to our living room fan yet. That is something I still need to tackle. It's a little bit higher up, so I don't think about it that much because I really don't see it. And the ceiling fan in our bedroom, I am so tempted to change it out to some type of light fixture because we actually do use it a lot, but I just feel like it's a dust collector. All ceiling fans are to me, honestly, and my kids don't really use them except for Kate. So do you guys have to have a ceiling fan in your bedroom, or are you just as happy with some type of light fixture?
You're pretty easy to like when your body is closer to mine. You got me feeling like there's no one other than you who can make me lose my mind. You start me up like no one has ever could. You fuel my fire. What are the odds we end up loving it? Spending every minute together. I found it.
I mentioned in my last video how my girls have really been into watching Saved by the Bell lately, which I just love that show and I love that they love it too. And when I did the wallpaper on her wall months back, so many of y'all said that it was very Saved by the Bell-ish vibes, and I completely agree, and I love that about it. Her room is just so eclectic to me and colorful and all the things that I know I would have wanted in my room when I was a kid. And she loves it, which is all that matters, and that just makes me so, so happy. We do have a few more things that we probably want to do in here, but for the most part, the decor in her room is done. Although I would say, I feel like we're probably never done. We're always moving stuff around and rethinking things. You just never know with us.
I found it quite odd, quite lovely. You start me up like no one has ever could. You feel my fire, fire. Let's keep this fire alive.
Okay, let's be real. One of the most exciting things I had going on this day was to shampoo my carpets. And y'all know for a few weeks now I have been using my Hoover cordless vacuum. This one right here is called the Hoover One Power Blade, and I wanted to use it for a few weeks so I could give y'all my honest feedback on it, because you guys know in the past, if I get a vacuum cleaner that I don't love, I will send it back right away. I'm not going to recommend something to y'all if I do not personally love it and use it every single day. And not only is this the best suction on a vacuum that I've ever used that's cordless, it also is extremely affordable. It's under $200. And I cannot tell y'all how many times I have emptied out the canister. I vacuum with this every single day. It's what I reach for now because I love that it's cordless. And what's crazy about it is it has the exact same suction that a corded vacuum cleaner has on carpet. And you don't find that often with cordless vacuum cleaners. So I will leave it linked for y'all. I've had it linked in my past few videos and I know a lot of y'all have checked it out, but I love it and I could not recommend it enough. However, my newest obsession and something that I just absolutely cannot get over is this Hoover Smart Wash Pet Complete Automatic Carpet Cleaner. That's a mouthful. I just call it my carpet shampooer. Can I just be honest with y'all and tell you, I've avoided getting a carpet shampooer because I feel like they're too complicated. And I know that might make me sound so dumb, but I used my friend's one time and I was so overwhelmed. I felt like I wasn't doing it right. I felt like water was spraying everywhere. And even when I got this one, I hesitated to start using it because I felt like I was going to do it wrong. And I have to tell you that it is one of the easiest things I have ever put together. It tells you exactly where to put the water. It tells you exactly where to put the cleaner. And then you literally just press the on button and go. And when you are moving forward on this, it's spraying out the water. And when you are coming back, it's suctioning it all back up. I'll show y'all a couple times I empty out the water. It is absolutely disgusting, but so incredibly satisfying. And the coolest function on this is that you can hit the dry button and it will only dry. So it will not be putting out any more water. You don't have to worry about that. It's just extra drying your carpets. I especially love this function on the second floor because you know you want your carpets to be as dry as possible when you're done with them. You don't want any water going through. This is not a shampooer that's just going to absolutely drench your carpets, which is another thing that I did not want. I felt like in the past when I've used them, that's what they have done. They have a few different options to choose from online. I will say I went with the one that says pet in it, which is funny because I know some of you might be like, you don't have a pet. But I have 4 children, which is basically the same as having several pets. And we have not ruled out having a pet in our home one day. So I wanted to just go ahead and do that. And it is by far the most user-friendly carpet shampooer I've ever used. And if nothing else, you should definitely go online and read about it. Read the reviews. There are so many positive reviews, so many people who love it. And y'all should check it out. Get one if you don't have one because it is something that, yes, it's an investment up front, but you will save so much money in the long run. And it feels really good to know you can pull it out and deep clean your carpets all on your own without having help from anybody else.
You got me dancing in your storm, burning everything we know, dressing up as firefighters. You got me dancing in your storm, I'm looking like a breeze, but really you're a forest fire. You got me feeling uncomplicated. Whatever happens is meant for us. Rushing into all the situations. Whatever happened, we came there first. Go a little wild is your personal expression. Far over the line, tell me we ain't something special. Wrap me around your soul.
My sweet Kate was in here helping me every single step of the way. She is always up for helping and asking what she can do to help out every second of the day. She is just so sweet. But since we were already doing a ton of deep cleaning, I used that as an opportunity to move some stuff around, and I was asking her what she would like in a different area in her room. So we did move the mirror and we moved the locker over a little bit and the plant. It just kind of all worked out. It's nice to mix things up every now and then. I know I used to love doing that in my room when I was a kid too.
Forget about the consequences. Wherever we're going fast. On top of the world of our independence. Laughing whenever we screw it up. Go a little wild is your personal expression. Far over the line, tell me we ain't something special. Wrap me around your solar system, make me do whatever that you want me to do. You got me dancing in your storm, burning everything we know, dressing up as fire.
Since the bedding was at least in the dryer now, I decided to go ahead and take a little bit of time to tackle the laundry. My kids do have a lot of clothes. I'm very well aware of that, and I don't mind it at all. We either buy it in the clearance section or we have clothes given to us from friends, and then we always pass on our clothes to friends or to people in need. So to me, that's the best way to go about doing stuff, is letting your kids get whatever use they can out of them and then passing them along to someone else who can use them too. And the truth is, even though it does seem like I have a lot of laundry to do all the time, it wouldn't be any less laundry if they had fewer clothing items, because they're still wearing the same amount each day. My kids, thankfully, are not the types of kids to go and change outfits a ton of times during the day. That would drive me a little bit crazy. Sometimes we might change once or something like that if we get really dirty outside, but other than that, they'll put on an outfit and keep it on all day. We do try to wear our jammies for a few nights in a row, especially if they are fully clean and bathed. So it's not a big deal at all to me. This is something I'm gonna miss so much one day, so doing kids' laundry does not bother me at all.
Never thought we'd come to an end. Now I don't know where to begin. Always thought of you as a friend, but you say nothing at all, nothing at all. Never mind the look on my face. Never mind my many mistakes. Must be something more you could say, but you say nothing at all, nothing at all, nothing at all. I know that you have your reasons. I know I was standing here, darling, I know. But before you go, I just wanna hold you one last time. Hold you like you're mine, though it's over, almost over. For a second, let's forget and pretend, 'cause I just wanna.
Another thing I'll mention with this vacuum cleaner is the battery life, at least for me so far, has been incredible. It has never died on me yet, but since it is something that I reach for all the time, I do charge the battery every single night. But I have vacuumed throughout a ton of my house and it hasn't died on me. So it lasts for a really, really long time, which is something that is so important, because when you're cleaning, you don't want it to die out on you. And I like with the battery, you can just pull it out and hook it up. It's not like the whole vacuum cleaner has to be hooked up. And I wanted to show you guys a few shots of the carpet cleaner live and up close in action. It just works so well. And those of you who have reached out to me on Instagram or even on YouTube and tell me that you already have a Hoover vacuum cleaner or carpet cleaner and that you absolutely love it, it just further validates how much I love them, and it makes me that much more excited to share these products with you, knowing that so many of you already have them and love them. If you have any questions about anything that's in Kate's room, if it's linkable, it is always in my description box just for y'all's convenience, because I know a lot of times you might have questions, and if I don't always get to them, it can probably be frustrating. So I tried to just keep that description box updated with everything that's in her room. I can't tell you how many times I've been watching a video of somebody that I love and I see something in their house that I feel like would make so much sense in my house, or even just something as simple as a pack of pens that they're using that I love. and I grabbed them too. So I love that we can just all scratch each other's backs, because there have been times when y'all have given me recommendations and I go immediately and get whatever y'all are talking about. Or even in my last video, how I cleaned the top of my cabinets, and so many mentioned to just go ahead and put out contact paper now since they're super clean, and when I go to clean them again, you just take the contact paper and throw it away, and then you don't have to scrub your cabinets as much. So you guys teach me things every single day, and I love that I can hopefully be that same person for y'all too.
It doesn't even make sense why I think about you. It was only one night, only that time, and it's not my style to be caught up in the middle like this. 'Cause now I dream about you. I was probably too drunk, it's blurry, but I've got the image of you running circles in my mind right now. And it could fade away, but it probably won't, and I should let it be.
It was very much bedtime, so I felt like I was under a time crunch to get the rest of the stuff done in her room so she could get into bed. Mark was in Ava's room with both the girls going over spelling words and sight words and doing all kinds of math problems. I could hear them giggling through the bathroom. It was making me laugh too. He's just the fun dad that makes everything so much fun. I'm more of like, okay, let's get it done. Let's do what we got to do and get out of here. And sometimes I forget to bring the fun. So that's why I'm so thankful for Mark, and he just balances our family out so much because he can stop and relax and enjoy life. And sometimes I'm just way too much of like a go-getter, which gets on my own nerves, but it is nice to be that kind of person sometimes, because those types of people are the people who will get the job done.
And I should let it be, but I'm gonna dive into you. And maybe I tried, but what can I do? And it will be alright to let me down. I'd rather we try than let these feelings slide. So I'm gonna dive into you. Dive into you.
As far as bedding goes, especially for kids, it truly just doesn't get better than Betty's bedding. Obviously, nothing about this is sponsored in any way, but I just love them, and I love how convenient they are. So easy to make. Obviously, my kids typically make their own beds, but when I'm washing them and putting everything back together, I do that. I just love the way they look too. They have all kinds of fun new patterns for spring, and their fun new stuff sells out pretty quickly. So like I said, it'll be linked below. I always have like a discount code too that you guys can use, and sometimes you can use that on top of the sales they have. So it's really, really worth it. I know it's a little bit of a splurge up front, but I promise you guys it is absolutely worth it.
Dive into you.
I rolled up her new rug that we got from Wayfair, and I just put it in Ava's room overnight while her carpets were fully drying, but it smelled so good in here. It felt so fresh and clean. Kate was so excited too, and that always makes me happy. And then look at this filthy, disgusting water. I don't even think until I had watched it in people's videos that I would have thought to dump it in the toilet. It actually seems pretty gross, but it seems gross to dump it anywhere. It is so nasty. That dirt and filth came out of my carpets, which is really not that surprising because I have never deep cleaned my carpets upstairs.
You said that you needed me like a cargo, you will carry me. I just hope you know my depth, even though it makes no
Okay, now that the kiddos were officially in bed, I was coming in here to finish what I said I would finish and hang all of this laundry up. It really did not take that long to do at all, and I was glad to get it done. Little did we know at this point that this was the night the tornadoes were going to be coming through our city. We had a tiny bit of warning, but not a ton, and we live in the direct path of so many tornadoes. I just feel like where we are is really close to Alabama, and a lot of storms come through there. So since we've lived in our home for about 5 years, we have had to shelter under the stairs or in the bathroom downstairs probably 10 to 12 times. So we are not a stranger to having to do that, but I guess I had not been fully paying attention that day and we did not realize how bad it was going to be. So I'll talk more about that here in a little bit, but it is time to tackle this bedroom. We have had stains on our carpet for a very long time. In fact, so much so that some of y'all have noticed that there are stains. So I'm happy to report that the carpet shampooer got all of them up so easily. And this has been my favorite little duster that I've been using for just about everything. And I used it to clean my blinds and pretty much clean everything that was dusty in my room.
Don't wanna pick a fight with everything seems so good. I guess I can't help myself. Would you hurt me if I'm in the dark? I'm calling up 'cause I'm right under the stars. Would you run on me leaving this mark? But baby, I'm the one who's breaking hearts, one who's breaking hearts. Sounds so broken, too much of emotions. Sometimes I'm the lighting, don't wanna pick a fight with.
I'm not too picky when it comes to glass cleaners. I think it has more to do with the towel that you use to wipe it or paper towels. And I love the Method glass cleaner. I really love Windex. But this is just the stuff called glass cleaner. I got it from Walmart and I had seen a couple people use it before and I really love how it turns white on the windows. I know that's kind of silly, but it smelled really good and I think it worked really, really well. I was doing a lot of this in the dark, but the next day the windows looked good too. So if you're wanting to try something different and new, you can always try this. It came in a 2-pack and it was really, really cheap. Oh, and I used it on the light fixture in my bathroom too, and I could tell that it worked really well, maybe even better than Windex works.
Been feeling trapped down on the floor. I don't know what for. Feels like I'm gonna lose. Silence takes a hold. I can't let it go. Chain up, no one knows. But I won't let the stormy seas throw me in open water. Let me have my peace and leave me till tomorrow. Wind into my sail, away from things I let go. Floating on the waves, we go bottoms up, we go all the way. When you're feeling down, push the pain away. We go bottoms up, we go all the way. And face that another day. We go bottoms up.
I had mentioned too a little bit in my last video how much the pollen has been affecting us and just a lot of stuff blooming in our area too. So Mark and I have both been a little bit under the weather. We kind of took turns. I feel like he was bad a little bit before me and then I got pretty sick and it just was not fun at all. But we are feeling a lot better now. But when I was dusting this fan, I was not feeling well, and I figured might as well just go ahead and dust it all, because every time I dust, I start sneezing and not feeling well. So I figured might as well just pile it all on to the allergies that I'm already dealing with anyway. Our ceiling fan in our bedroom was definitely the worst. It's probably just because we're in here a lot and we're the biggest humans that live in our house. I don't know why I said that, but it was pretty dusty. The one in the living room might be a little bit worse just because I haven't gotten to that in a while. And then all of these cords and the stuff for the internet is under our bed at all times. I wish there was a way around this. Somebody said that it could contribute to the headaches that I had been getting. I don't really get them as much anymore unless I don't get caffeine in my day. But there's nowhere else we can plug it into in our house right now where we can have access to the internet. So it's kind of our only option. But I also wanted to show you guys emptying out this vacuum cleaner. I'd already emptied it out 2 times today. This was the 3rd time, and just look at how much stuff was in there.
We go bottoms up.
Got so tired of waiting, got tired of the chase. I've been feeling like lately, there's nothing in the way.
Look how much that the canister is already filling back up again. It's just crazy. And I love a good Swiffer wipe. These are just the things that are supposed to go on the bottom of the Swiffer dusters, but I don't really use those. I use these wipes for just the quick things that I want to get to. And the back of my bed was one of those things, which first of all gets extremely dusty, but this Swiffer little thing picks up the dust really quickly and easily.
How many days will go till I call, till I call, till I call you my own? You look good in the sunshine, you look good in the rain, and I know once that you're mine, we'll have nothing to change. Getting so impatient, need to get away now with you, with you. Are you out there dancing alone? Are you up on your own? Baby, I wanna know just how many days will go till I call, till I call, till I call you my own.
It was about 11 o'clock at night at this point, and Mark was in the living room. He was getting a little bit of work done, but he was also really keeping an eye on the weather because it was starting to look and sound pretty bad. It's one of those things where you don't know whether you should just go to bed and see what happens, because typically when we get storm alerts on our phone, it ends up being nothing. But you really can't ignore them, especially when you have children involved. And we kept on hearing our phones go off. And it was one of those things where we knew we were about to have to wake the kids up, which is not the end of the world, especially now since our kids are a little bit older. They're not babies anymore, and they're not going to have a hard time going back to sleep. But we waited as late as we possibly could. So Mark helped me move the bed around and move the furniture around. You guys can kind of see the lightning striking in the back. It was just crazy and so loud outside. But he ended up going and resting on the couch because I was going to have a late night of working and getting stuff clean, and he had to be up early the next morning for work. So he kind of rested while I was doing this, and when I was shampooing the carpets, I thought the shampooer was making a noise. I was like, what is happening? And then I realized that it was getting really loud outside. So that's when we took a little break in here. We went upstairs, we got the kids, we woke them up, We had their helmets ready, like they're just their bicycle helmets, and we got in the closet and we were in there for probably almost an hour because there was a very active tornado and it was super unpredictable. Really quickly too, this is the Spot Chaser pre-treat spray wand that you can take out and use to spray certain areas that might need it a little bit more than others. And then you let it sit for about 10 or 15 minutes and then you can go over it with the machine, or there's also the smaller brush with the hose that can do more concentrated cleans and you can scrub back and forth with it. I loved using that for the stains that were right next to the bed in our bedroom. It worked super well.
Have never been clearer. I see what you're doing to me now. They lie, they steal, they fooled us. Deep down I probably knew this. I think I will be holding on to the one thing that I know is stronger. Love is blind and no one's perfect. Platinum seems so shallow, 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 shallow. But you are bright white gold.
So this was after we had sheltered for a little while. We felt like it was safe for the kids to go to sleep now back in their beds. The tornado had come and gone and everybody was texting each other in the neighborhood and our friends. We had a lot of people checking in on us and it was just a crazy night, honestly. Probably one of the craziest nights we've had since we've had children. And we are so incredibly thankful that the tornado did not hit our neighborhood. But on the other side of things, I just have such a heavy heart for the areas that were affected. Just right down the street from us, there were homes that were completely demolished and leveled, neighborhoods that were ripped apart. There were cars upside down. Tons of trees were knocked over. Just damage for miles and miles and miles. There actually were 0 lives lost to my knowledge because of the tornado. I do know that a man ended up looking for his daughter and he had a heart attack when he was going to try to find her and he passed away, which is one of the saddest stories that I've read about. It was so, so sad. But the actual damage from the tornado, I don't think killed anybody, which was an absolute miracle because if you guys had seen the pictures and videos that came out of our city, it was just unreal. So if you guys are the praying kind, I would love if you would keep those families in your hearts and in your thoughts and in your prayers over the next few weeks and months as they work to rebuild so much of what they lost.
Didn't I wait for you? Didn't I say I'm sorry? Didn't I do the best I could? You have high expectations. Don't I know that you've explained it? How I should prove myself to you. But I can't when I'm with you. I need to laugh again. But I can't when I'm with you. I need to find my way by myself. I cannot wait until you hear my story. I cannot wait until I burst. If I could have a day without no worries, maybe I figured out a way to stay. Didn't I put you first? Didn't I reassure you?
I actually filmed this video a little over a week before I'm posting it, and school was canceled the very next day, which was a Friday, and then the whole next week school was canceled too, and then the following week was spring break. So the kids are missing a lot of school on top of just a very heavy year in general with all of the online school and, you know, just the craziness that this whole year has been. So I'm proud of my kids for how well they have adapted. In fact, they don't even really seem to be that affected by it. They seem to be fully able to just go with the flow, but I do kind of wonder deep down how much this is going to affect them over time. But Mark and I are just doing the absolute best we can to keep things positive and upbeat for them, despite everything that is going on around us.
Didn't I wait for you? Yeah. Didn't I say I'm sorry? Didn't I do the best I could? You have high expectations.
This Aunt Fanny's all-purpose cleaning vinegar, that's just a funny name for it to me, has become one of my favorite just all-purpose cleaners. I've used it to clean the fans and my baseboards and my doors. A while back, I don't know if y'all remember, but we had a spider problem. We've also had some ants here and there, and I was cleaning with vinegar, and I feel like that worked so well. That, along with caulking some of the areas on our wall that seemed to not really be fully protected from the outside elements. But this vinegar, I kind of feel like it keeps the bugs away. So I like using it in our bedroom, which tends to have the highest volume of little critters.
I slowly have forgotten to remember about you, babe. If this is what all lovers do, I'll find another way. The way I fell in love with you is far from me today. I'd love to fall right back into the way we used to play. I'd rather be blue than lighthearted. Won't break, just be smarter. Whatever to get back from you. I know that the night has just started. Get up, don't be bothered. Get out and find some things to do. Start again.
The more and more I have used this carpet cleaner, the more I've learned about it. And once you have used it for a little while and it makes this air puffing noise, that just means that the dirty compartment of water is full and that it needs to be emptied. So right here, as I was cleaning, it made that noise. So I went ahead and took it to the bathroom and emptied it out again, and it was filthy again. It's so nasty. Like, I hesitated to show y'all how nasty this is, but I know some of y'all think that it is super satisfying to see all the dirty water and the hair chunks. So anyways, I don't know if I'll show y'all that every time. So I'm sorry to those of you who it seriously grosses out, but it is kind of nice to know all of that dirt and nastiness is out of your carpets. It also makes me think that I probably shouldn't have waited quite so long to deep clean the carpets, but I'm excited to do the rest of my rooms upstairs. Y'all, I'm kind of sad, and I know that there are way bigger problems in the world, but y'all know back at the beginning of January, I ordered that mirror from Urban Outfitters, and it was supposed to ship the beginning of March, and then it got moved to the end of March, and then now it just says has yet to be shipped. I know I shared this over on Instagram if you guys saw that already. And there's no telling when it's going to ship. I ended up emailing and asking them about it, and they said they just can't give a definite date. But I cannot wait to get it one of these days, hopefully, and then move this mirror that we have in here up to my office. But thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and I will leave my favorite cordless vacuum cleaner and carpet cleaner linked in the description box for you guys to check it out if you're interested. I appreciate you guys so much, and I will see y'all in my next spring cleaning video. Bye guys.